All right, hello everyone. How we doing today? Hope everyone's doing well on this fine Saturday evening. Who we got? Boss Buster, welcome. Wins, hi. How's it going? Ray, even dark. Good to see you. Good to see you. What is the black box? See, I don't know. I was getting things set up today, and you know, check in to make sure everything was working, and I did nothing different. But for some reason today, there was this black box in the chat, and I have spent the pre-stream trying to figure out how to get rid of it. I have not clearly succeeded, as you can see, which is unfortunate because on the gaming screen, it takes up most of the smaller chat box there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. gonna be honest. Cause like, it's like sign into chat, like bruh, I am signed in. Yeah, it was quite strange. But hopefully I figure it out soon. But we might just have to deal with it today, so I do apologize. Let's see. From my limited knowledge of this game, this route is the least shocking. Am I wrong? I have no idea, because this is the only route I have played, and it's the only route I'm gonna stream. I'll definitely, like, still look at the other routes and stuff, and play them, but it's not gonna be on stream. This will, if all goes according to plan, and this route doesn't have, like, a secret extra 4 hours on it, this will probably be the last SHUTEN order stream. So, we'll see what happens, I suppose. Excuse me. Last time, we solved a very convoluted murder case. We pointed the finger at Inugami, because apparently he did it for the drugs. So, that's apparently what's going on, but we'll see. We have yet to completely lock it in. That's just kind of the direction things seem to be heading right now. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the TLDR. We've solved a few of the murders, but we still need to solve the most recent murder. That's the only one that we haven't, like, figured out what was going down, you know? So, is this on the right ear? It's not. Okay. I think we can go. We're good to go ahead and scooch on over. If I can... Yeah, there we go. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I apologize for the black box. I really... It has never happened before. I did nothing different, but I'll just have to troubleshoot it later. So, don't worry, I still have chat up. It's just gonna be hard to see in the stream itself. But without further ado, we can go ahead and hop on in. Yeah, we just want to use my most recent save. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I was also at 1 health, which, you know, that might just be a skill issue, but I'm slowly piecing it together. Let's calm down and organize our thoughts. Yoichi's siblings were killed one by one. He feared he would be next. Believing Mizuno to be the culprit, Yoichi came up with a plan to kill Mizuno, because Mizuno just suffers immensely. I thought Mizuno being the culprit would be an interesting twist, but we clearly did not go that route. So he took Mizuno's pouch, wow, that voice crack, and hid in the greenhouse. He did this to replace the pills in the pouch with poisonous ones. The poison specifically made to kill Mizuno's poison. And that poison was concentrated virus. This should be right so far. Now, where did Yoichi go to obtain virus concentrate? The secret underground lab. It was in the statue. Yeah, secret entrance. That's right. You can only get virus concentrate from the underground laboratory. To get to the laboratory, you need to operate two things. First, he used the lighting system to lock the greenhouse. Then, next, he operated... There was like... He moved... Oh yeah, you had to pull the sword, yeah. You pull the sword of the goddess statue like a lever to go underground. Naturally, Yoichi must have... Wait a minute. Wait a minute! Who are you? The goddess's statue sword could be the murder weapon. Even Inugami acknowledged it. I recommend saving often in case you get a game over. Yeah, trust me, once I started getting down to low trust, I've been saving a lot, but appreciate the reminder. I'll go ahead and do that now, actually, just to be safe. Can I... Let's start a new page. The precise moment he touched the sword could have been when the trap was activated. Call Inugami Jigsaw, cause he be planning all these traps. Perhaps something happened in that moment. How could the blood only be on the upper end of the sword while the victim got severed? Mr. Shimobe! I remembered. Everything in Mizuno's pouch was broken. Yeah, it seems like he like fell on top of it. Which is crazy work. But in order for like his arms to cut off, his arms were cut off, his legs were cut off. In order for that to happen, he would have had to like fall on the sword multiple times. So I'm not fully certain what exactly happened, unless they cut like the arms off post-mortem and he like fell and his head got severed. I'm not sure. But the falling leads me to believe as if, yeah, it was crushed. And it didn't appear smashed. It was as if they were dropped from a high place. So what, did they do like a rabbit trap where he stepped in something and like a weight triggered, it caught him by the foot or something, you know, and zoop up and then like dropped him down on top of the sword? A fall? Yeah, get with the program, Ray. If the body had fallen onto the sword of the goddess statue, would the body be severed and scattered on the ground? I mean, you could get like one appendage off. Like, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I could see it, but it wouldn't slice off both arms and the head in one fall, you know? Yeah, no, such a severing would require more force. Why even drop a body from so high? It's not something one could normally do. Normally. Is it gonna be something with, like, the greenhouse rotating, or the fact that, like, the lab is thousands of meters underground, but, like, gravity doesn't work in reverse? Did they mention something last time about something that could alter gravity? Or did I completely, like, hallucinate that? No, they did talk about gravity, because I brought up, like... Because I brought up, like, you could make objects, like, something gravity, but not, like, it's not advanced enough on people yet. No, there was definitely something funky about gravity. It may be possible. Bye. Was there like something crazy in the chemical machine? Okay. Okay. The basement lab can apparently dip. That's it. That's it. Oh. Oh. All right. Actually, I'll just save over. Yeah. Are you okay? What's with the shouting? Have you finally lost your mind? I got it! I finally figured out the trap that killed Yoichi. Mr. Shimobe! What did you say? You're bluffing, aren't you? Will you be able to explain it with so little time left? There's more than enough time. Alright. Let's hear the great detective's reasoning. Bring it. I've got this. Alright. This is the critical moment. As long as the game doesn't throw some bullshit at me. You know what? That might be too high of a demand. The mystery of Yoichi Kukuri's murder. I just need to finish this one theory. I need to put the images in my head in order. Closing argument. Let's begin. The greatest unraveling of the serial murder case. Alright, step 1. What machine can be used to make the poison? Okay. First, let's sort out what we already know. Confirm what Yoichi tried to do, what happened, and verify it. By doing this, we should be able to see what kind of trap led to Yoichi's death. Just like with Seizo and Tsukijiro. Surely. Now, it's clear that Yoichi, still in the greenhouse, was plotting to kill Mizuno. This was by adding poison to the pill in Mizuno's pouch and tricking her into swallowing it. Poison, illegal drugs, virus. Virus is refined by a mechanism and a machine concealed in the greenhouse. And that machine... it's the chemical machine. Yeah. Can I save here? Probably not, but it's fine. We saved semi-recently. Can I save it? Okay, I can't. Oh, I can't save here. Okay. It's fine. This virus purification machine is installed in the greenhouse underground lab. To reach it, you must do 2 things within the greenhouse. So, Bossbuster, if killing someone indirectly isn't hearsay, are traps kosher? I don't know. Maybe according to the Shuten order. I don't know. Listen, if anyone would know the legal loopholes of the order, it would be Inugami. What? That is some jigsaw-ass logic, though. Like, well, technically he's not a serial killer. He just gives people choices, and those choices have consequences. Yeah, the choices being, like, cut off your arm or get your head chopped off. Like, it's still his fault, bruh. That is... To reach the virus refining machine, you lock the greenhouse and lower the sword. Rotate the system. Rotate the greenhouse with the lighting system. Keep the door locked. Pull the sword. Wait, aren't those the same answer? Wasn't that both options? The options were rotate or pull the sword, or lock the door and pull the sword. Both of which are apparently correct. Okay, sure. Man, even in the closing argument, it's the illusion of choice. This will open the entrance to the underground laboratory. On the night of the incident, Yoichi must have followed these steps as well. Okay. Where is the lab's unlocking procedure written? Regarding the steps to the underground laboratory that I just confirmed, where was it? It was on, like, the console thingy, right? Ooh, or was it in the... Ooh. Where was it? I almost want to say it was the lighting log, but I don't think that's right. It's got to be like the lab files. Yeah, we might lose here. Fuck. Yeah, listen, it's been a week, okay? If I was playing this in one sitting, we would have had a different story. Yeah, we suck. I might have to load my save though, because it's gonna take. You're right. They take me back to like. Oh yeah, we go all the way back here. Hell no. Yap. I wonder, will both answers be correct? Yeah, they are. Why even... Oh no, that is wrong. Okay. Alright, touche. Alright. Take two. Alright, they said it was on a diagram, so it's gotta be the poster doohickey. Let's see. Yeah, instructions. Wait, I could have read that from the start? Never mind, I'm actually a dumbass. The research room was described on that poster. It had an unusual structure. For some reason, the research room is located above a 2,000-meter underground cavity. The structure will be a key point in the discussions, so I must remember it. How is the virus concentrate made? The unlocking procedure for the underground lab is also a method for creating virus. In other words, when the entrance opened, virus is simultaneously refined. The piece with the information is... Now this has to be the lab files, right? Yeah. What? It said that's how virus is made. What kind of bullshit? Let me read that shit again. I call cap. This is so cap, like... Okay, let me read the question again. How is virus concentrate made? The piece with the information on how virus concentrate is made. That is what the dialogue said. Oh, fuck. There we go. I mean, I know it's made of the plant, so that's probably the correct answer. But what Ray specifically said was the piece of information with how it's made. That's in the lab files. I know that this is what they probably want now, but like, very deceptively worded question. What? Am I actually stupid? Maybe I'm actually stupid, but like, it's made out of the flowers, I think. This is so annoying. I have never struggled this much with, like, Ace Attorney. Similar type, like, 5-bar penalty. Yeah, this one. Alright, we're gonna read this carefully. We're gonna read every line, alright, gang? We're gonna do it together. It'll be a fun little story time. How is virus concentrate made? The unlocking procedure for the underground lab is also a method for creating virus. In other words, when the entrance opens, virus is simultaneously refined. The piece with the information is... And the question is, how is virus Is it this again? But, like, it's different now. Now it says... We just talked about this, though. Like... This has to be it, but also, like... Alright, this is so... The method... This has to be it, but why would you make it a separate question if it's the same? If this isn't right, I'm actually gonna crash out. Okay, cool. Once the refinement starts, the greenhouse and the lab should enter a certain state. A keyword that provides a clue is written on this piece. So what is that state? When virus production begins, it has to, like, rotate, right? Fuck, I don't remember what it said. It was a week ago, bruh. But I know the greenhouse rotates, so we'll go with that. The entire... Yes? No? Shit. I'm fucked. I should not have... See, I should have, like... I guess I should have done this all in one sitting. Because I just don't remember the one niche specific thing that they said on the one note a week ago. Forgive me. Okay, what does this say on it? Boo, I don't... No, that was like tribute, right? Synthesize in 0 gravity. Maybe it's rise? That would make the most sense if we have to turn gravity off. Okay, anyway. Now, Raincoat was light work for sure, in terms of deductive reasoning. Yep. Because Raincoat most of the time, like, made sense. Like, the logic was... You had to make far less leaps of logic in Raincoat. Here we go. Alright, I think it's gotta be rise, right? The green... Is it fall? No, it has to go on... It's closely examined. I would love to, if you would let me see it! Then why do we need 0 gravity? Alright. Maybe it would have been worth just starting from the Inugami accusation and getting 5 trust. Because having to start all the way over is not ideal. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. I'm gonna be reciting this loop in my sleep. Chemical machine, wall poster, method to make virus, falls. Alright. There. If only I could save. I feel like that one Fairly Odd Parents meme where it's like, and this is where I'd save the game if they'd let me. The refinement starts. The entire greenhouse, including the underground lab, falls. In that case, due to the laws of physics, the greenhouse and the lab would enter zero gravity. What kind of bullshit is this? The underground cavity beneath the lab extends for 2,000 meters. From the free fall, the state of zero gravity would last for 10 to 20 seconds. Alright. 'Cause I'm free. Free falling. What happened to Yoichi when the virus was being refined? Once virus purification starts and the greenhouse begins its free fall, at that moment, what would happen to Yoichi's body in the greenhouse? He'd float up. Because I do know physics. I may not remember what exactly was written on all the posters a week ago, but I do know how physics works. Because of the zero gravity state of the greenhouse, Yoichi's body would float, as if drifting in space. What happened to the floating Yoichi? In a zero gravity state, what would Yoichi do? He probably, overwhelmed by fear, tried to cling to something nearby. Wait, so he, like, wasn't expecting it to fall? I'm a little confused. If he set off the... What was the trap here? Like, he wanted to go into the refinery, so he set off the thing. But he didn't know it was gonna fall? I guess they'll explain it in a sec, but... Try to cling to something nearby. Like how someone drowning would cling to anything nearby. So what, he like clung to the sword? What was near Yoichi? Was there anything? The statue would have been the closest thing. Yeah, the sword. Let me just make sure. The head and both arms. No other signs of physical trauma. All right, we're gonna do the sword because I think that's what it had to have been. God bless. You never know with this game. I always second guess myself. Just before virus refinement began, Yoichi pushed down the goddess statue sword. Because that was the final step to enter the underground laboratory. And just a heads up, guys, if I want help, I'll ask for it, but no, like, no hinting, no vague, no guiding, none of that. I do want to figure it out myself. So then the sword should have been near the floating Yoichi. If I want help, though, if I genuinely get stuck, I will ask for it. The object that an unstable Yoichi clung to was the sword of the goddess, wasn't it? Alright, we're almost there. Final stretch. How was Yoichi killed? Finally, after this, Yoichi gets killed. I wonder if, like... Okay, hold on. I was questioning how all three, like, appendages could have been cut off at the same time. But if you're, like, in a... Like, imagine you're doing the Superman pose, right? Like, your arms are extended above your head. If he fell at that angle, you could make a straight cut that would go through his neck and, like, roughly just below the shoulders kind of area. So that's probably the position he must have been in when he fell. Seiso activated the trap by breaking the support pillar, resulting in execution. Still dumb as fuck, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. Tsukijiro activated the trap by pulling out a book, which led to him being shot. Mildly improbable, but less bullshitty, in my opinion. I think my biggest issue with this trap is the fact that the position he would have had to be in to be shot in the eyeball when he pulled the book off just doesn't... Like, it just seems unnatural to me that he was looking right in the peephole as he was pulling the book off. You'd think he would pull the book off and then look in the peephole. He probably still would have gotten shot, mind you. It would have just been in, like, the chest, you know? But anyway. That's more nitpicky. I have less of a problem with the book trap than I do the bridge fiasco. So what about Yoichi? When was the trap that killed Yoichi activated? I guess what I still don't understand is how he didn't expect that, I guess, but in fact it had already been activated. My problem with the bridge trap is that it's not just one little thing, like, oh, why'd he cut the support, or oh, how'd he fall into the boat exactly, or oh, how'd the machete land in his chest, or oh, how did the machete fall after him? It's all of those combined that makes it very hard to suspend my disbelief. Anyway, let's see how they explain this. After the lab entrance opened, when the sword was pulled down, the trap was triggered. The trap was why Yoichi was killed in that way. But how? What was it that severed his head and arms? What do you mean, what was it? It was the sword. Right? Like, I'm not dumb, right? He fell on the sword, right? Okay, cool. The sword of the goddess. It has a huge sharp blade and bloodstains. This is it. Ironically, in his confusion, Yoichi was killed by the very hand he sought help from. Now, the important part. Which part of the blade sliced Yoichi? Well, the top, we already know that. Yeah, the upper side, because that's where all the blood is. Blood, blood, blood. The blade has bloodstains concentrated on the top side. Yoichi was slashed by the upper side. But why? What? He fell on it. What? You already determined that he fell. You said that like three panels ago. But why? Normally it would be on the lower side. The changes that occurred in the greenhouse at the time made it unavoidable. Afterward, what changed in the greenhouse? The clue is in Mizuno's pouch. Most of the contents are severely damaged. Was this from when Yoichi dropped it? No, it wouldn't shatter everything from just a normal drop, would it? He fell on it. It looked as if it was dropped from several hundred meters. Hundreds of meters high. This number, does anything ring a bell? The inexplicable damage to the pouch, and the fact that somehow Yoichi was cut by the upper side of the sword. The change that occurred in the greenhouse must be... It accelerated, it stopped, or it spun. What makes the most sense is that it stopped, so we're gonna go with that, according to physics. I don't think centripetal force was much of a factor here. If sudden brakes are applied, what happens? The inertia on Yoichi's body would be directed downward. If a car moving at high speed suddenly stops, try to picture it from a top-down view. Yoichi's body would be slammed into the ground. The greenhouse free-falling for 2,000 meters must have reached 200 to 300 kilometers an hour. Brakes would apply the inertia in the opposite direction. Every action has an equal opposite reaction. Mizuno's pouch met the same fate, being slammed into the ground from a height of 2,000 meters. That explains the damage. Yoichi, on the other hand, at the time, he was clinging to the goddess's sword, pushed down and horizontal. That's why Yoichi wasn't slammed to the ground, but... So he didn't actually fall on top of it like I quite originally theorized. It just, the force just drove him down through it. I mean, it would have killed him anyway. This is the truth. Got it. From this evidence, the conclusion that we can draw is this. This is the trap that killed Yoichi. It's likely the trap activated between 1 AM and 2 AM, when the lighting system operated. The lighting system rotates the greenhouse and locks the door. Tsukijiro tried to use this to evade the surveillance cameras, but it seems the lighting system was designed to make the greenhouse an airtight chamber. Otherwise, those manual handles and sturdy automatic doors have no reason to exist. So, what happened? How did Yoichi end up dead? In my theory, the activation of the lighting system was the first switch. Or should I say, the first trigger. And the final trigger was the goddess's statue's sword. Yoichi was going to the lab to get virus concentrate and pulled down the sword, triggering the trap. As the laboratory opened, the entire greenhouse fell. A zero-gravity state was created. So, Inugami, like, rigged the greenhouse to fall when the sword was pulled down? Is that what we're implying he meddled with? The underground laboratory goes down to 2,000 meters, 20,000 leagues under the sea. The entire building was in zero gravity for about 10 to 20 seconds from the free fall. Was that what happens then? But like, if that's true, why is it built that way? Wouldn't that happen every time someone tried to... I guess I just need more explanation on what exactly Inugami did to set up. Like, I get that these were the triggers, but how is it normally supposed to operate? When is it supposed to drop, if not when someone is there in it? And if it is supposed to happen when someone is there in it, it would kill them every time. In an instant, Yoichi's body would be floating. Yoichi, in a moment of panic, would have tried to cling to the nearby goddess's sword. He managed to grab the sword and tried to stay put. However, after zero gravity brakes are activated... wow, I can't read. However, after the zero gravity, brakes are activated. Then, an inertial force of over 2,000 kilometers an hour would act on Yoichi's body. As a result, the sword became an upside-down guillotine and slashed Yoichi. Thus, Yoichi struck the floor with his head and arms severed. That is the trap that killed Yoichi. Yikes! A reverse guillotine! How outlandish! Such a crazy idea. I'd love to see such a thing. Shiratori, did you know about the zero-gravity device? Of course not. Kiyomasa never told me anything about how to prepare virus. Despite my multiple greenhouse outings. I never considered that the entire greenhouse could be a zero-gravity drop device. Indeed, the wealth of the Kukuri family knows no bounds. To think such a ridiculous facility was right by the mansion where we live. The president was using such a perilous device the whole time? No. Originally, the breaks would have been less sudden. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm wondering about. What exactly Inugami, like, what the original plan was. The zero gravity was solely to refine virus. Applying sudden brakes and destroying everything inside would defeat the purpose. Therefore, it's likely someone deliberately made the dangerous... Okay, so he did fuck with it. I assume it was supposed to, like, slow more gradually then? All greenhouse devices are managed via console, so something was altered. Or it wasn't supposed to trigger if someone is there. I see. Okay. That makes sense. Like I said, I was curious about it, but I just wanted to see how they'd explain it. I assume the original intent was pulling the sword in the lighting system will just open the door to the lab, and that it's not supposed to do the zero gravity bullshit if somebody is in there. But Inugami essentially turned that off, and so it did do the zero gravity when someone was in there and set the trigger to, like, the sword. Okay, I'm with you. It seems the lighting system and Statue's sword were set as triggers. Impressive! As expected of the great detective. The concept of a zero-gravity device is quite absurd, but for now, this is our best answer. This is the most believable of the 3 murders so far, and that's crazy. I'm saying that about the one with zero gravity. But it's really not zero gravity, it's just like physics. So, what is the truth behind this case? I can see through you. It's just free fall, yeah, more than zero gravity. Than true zero gravity. Whoever you are, minister or not, you're the one who did it, right? Wait, I should probably save, hold on. Thank God, okay. He's saying that. But what do you think, Rei Shimobi? Just say it and wrap this up. So, the name of the culprit, the one behind the Kukuri family inheritance case, is... The culprit is... Well... I guess we'll save here too. Might as well. But... It would have had to be someone who knew about the underground system, and I don't know if Inugami knew about that. Okay, wait, none of this is important. Can I look at my court record? No? I don't think it's Inugami, right? Because he didn't know about the lab, if memory serves. It would have had to have been someone who knew about the lab. You didn't know, you didn't know, you didn't know. Did this guy know? I don't remember. You said you didn't know, I think. You said you didn't know. I don't remember this guy saying he knew. Oh, shit. Wait, I can pick the... Ah ha ha ha! Oh, you sneaky bastards. It has to be Kiyomasa Kukuri. What? The chairman is the culprit? Y'all. I had the most diabolical read! I've been saying this for hours! Oh, never doubt me. Never doubt me. I'm never ever wrong if we ignore the, like, 15 minutes I spent waffling around the last puzzle section. What are you saying? This is absurd! That dead geezer is the culprit? No way. That's impossible. The series of murders were all traps triggered by something. If we consider it, a trap could be set in advance. So, Kiyomasa could have... And knowing the contents of the will in advance is also very important. There's only one person in the world who meets both of these conditions. That's right, Kiyomasa Kukuri. Kiyomasa was worried that the inheritance would end up with Yoichi and his other sons. I think that's when he decided to test it, to see if anyone was worthy enough to inherit the estate. All 3 victims died to some kind of trap. These traps were designed to activate when someone tried to take someone else out. Seiso was trying to interfere with the inheritance process. Tsukijiro was trying to murder Mizuno. Yoichi, too, was trying to murder Mizuno. Okay, so this guy really was Jigsaw. Like, you had to have Jigsaw levels of omnipotence to not only... Like, I get what they're going for with the idea of, like, if you try and be underhanded, it'll come back to bite ya. I like that. But he would have had to predict the exact methods that the sons would use to try and kill Mizuno. Like, the exact methods. What if someone just, like, met her in the hallway and stabbed her? You know? Or, like, broke into her room and tried to do it. The level of omnipotence he must have had to plan for those exact situations occurring is actually, like, supernatural. Anyone who tries to off anyone else would lose both the inheritance and their lives. This is the truth behind the Kukuri family inheritance murder case. Hold on, I still can't accept this. Did the chairman really set this up? You have no proof. Actually, there is evidence. Kiyomasa has clearly declared his guilt. As the evidence for that... Shit, I should have saved. Fuck. It's okay, we saved like at the accusation. Alright, this is the final part. Solving this mystery will be the final step in the case. Let's think this through. Evidence that all the murders were committed by Kiyomasa Kukuri is in his own declaration. Let's find it. Kiyomasa left a declaration. It must have been in writing. If it's in writing, the first thing to focus on is Kiyomasa's handwriting. This is the diary Kiyomasa kept. Remember his handwriting well. Okay. And then, let's search for items with this handwriting. I recall there are a total of 4 items that each had a particular feature. The creature feature, featuring the creature. Moreover, since Kiyomasa's declaration is essentially a confession, the order of the items matters. Imagine his preserved message and read it accurately. Wasn't it like tribute? I was piecing it together earlier. Let's see. Tree, yeah. View. Maybe it's tribulation? Hold on, what else had? Oh, ton. Where was the last one? No. Maybe it's not in this, but it's definitely trib. It's definitely like tribulation. The order it triggered, that is some Jedi bull. Yeah, no, it's actually ridiculous. But I guess you just kind of have to... What? But the order's wrong? It's like tribute or tribulation. Okay. All right, hold on. Don't freak out on me, Ray. See, like, the leaps in logic they want me to make... Okay. Alright, right here. The leaps in logic they expect you to make are, they're kind of similar to, like, Professor Layton levels of suspension of disbelief. Oh shit, fuck, I didn't mean to load, I wanted to save. Fuck. My ass was not thinking. Anyway, but why it works in Layton is because Professor Layton is not a... In Layton, you are not piecing together what happened. Most of the time, Layton just figures it out and then info dumps to everybody at the end. You are not responsible for actually putting the pieces together most of the time. And so, it's a lot more acceptable. But in a game like this, or a game like Ace Attorney, this is a big problem I have with the Layton Ace Attorney crossover, too, is they pull Layton logic in that game. But if during Ace Attorney mechanics, where you're actually supposed to think logically, it doesn't work quite as well. And that's kind of what's going on here. Like, this is branded as a deductive route, where you're supposed to reason out what happened yourself and put the pieces together. But when there's such, like, insane leaps of logic that you have to be making, or so much suspension of disbelief, it's not... It doesn't get as much of a pass, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure if I scripted that argument, I could articulate it better, but... hopefully y'all at least get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's crack this code. Okay, well... So... we have Shun. Tri. View. Oh, maybe it's Retribution? Is there anyone with RE? That would make sense. I need to find the last thing, though. We did that one, we did that one. Where was it? No. No. Oh, wait. There it is. There it is. Certainly, this is a message left by Kiyomasa. The order is also correct. The words that emerge when everything is arranged are... Alright, now it's Tri, yeah. He really was like Jigsaw level serial killer, leaving these messages behind. Like Jigsaw carved puzzle pieces into his victims. This guy leaves behind characters. Ooh, this is a banger though. There are 4 pieces. When you put together the 4 pieces of the message, we're gonna vibe to the track though. Retribution. In other words, what goes around comes around. This notebook belongs to Kiyomasa, and the handwriting matches his. Isn't that right, Miss Mizuno? Yes, there's no mistake. Indeed, this matches the chairman's handwriting on the documents. After all, only the estate's owner could tamper with the system and set up the traps. And is that why he was like walking around the other day, or like right before he died? By deliberately leaving the retribution note, he intended to confess to the crime. If all the traps were triggered and retribution was written, only Mizuno survives. Otherwise, Mizuno would likely be suspected, hence why he left this note. Yes, to ensure that Yuri Mizuno's right as the legitimate heir would not be lost. That's it. We've reached noon. If there are no objections, as per the will of the deceased, Mizuno will inherit the estate. I knew it wasn't Inugami. Never doubted him for a second. Whoa, front-facing. Ooh, I don't like front-facing Inugami. Does anyone object? No one. It reminded me of like that picture of like front-facing Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Like it just looks uncanny. Then the inheritance meeting will be adjourned. May the heir, Yuri Mizuno, be forever blessed. With that, we conclude the meeting. We did it! We saved the city. We also did not learn anything about our own case beyond the first hour of this route, but maybe we'll get there. Thus, the longest 48 hours ever came to an end. This kind of thing should have been a matter completely unrelated to me. That's because it was. Even so, I don't think I wasted my time. Quest for truth. I feel like I've learned something about it. Have you now? Kisuru Inugami. I can't deny that I owe it to him, at least in part. What did you actually learn, though? I would love for you to, like, state it. As annoying as he may be. Hey, thanks for coming all this way. I really wanted to talk to you alone. I was summoned by Kisuru Inugami after the meeting to the underground laboratory. What could we possibly talk about, just the two of us? Now that the inheritance meeting's over, could it be about the founder's murder case? Ding ding ding, give the girl a prize. But the person could be the culprit who killed me. Could it be that he wants to kill me to prevent being investigated? But if he wanted to silence me, he would have already done it. What's going on? The angels also haven't appeared in a while now. What do I do? Thank God. Thank God. Rei Shimobe. Yes. First of all, I must thank you for solving the case. Oh, no, it was something I brought up myself. By the way, didn't you find it strange? What do you mean? That someone who upholds the law, as someone who upholds the law, I didn't call the Ministry of Security despite the murders? Sure, yeah, it's weird. Right, if you put it that way. I did volunteer to investigate, but as an enforcer of the law, he should have reported this. Well, the reason is to prevent the case from being solved too quickly. Huh? You didn't want the case to be solved quickly? That's right. At the very least, until one of the brothers revealed how to enter this lab. I didn't want the case to be resolved. That's why I didn't call the ministry, despite its resources and investigation skills. In other words, you wanted to find this lab and wanted the murders to continue for that? If that's how you want to interpret it. Could it be you knew these murders would happen before coming here? Well, kind of, considering the will. And I knew their personalities very well. In fact, I was the one who proposed the idea for the will. So, did you ask me since you knew I was a detective? As an excuse not to call them? Indeed! What a super detective! You figured it out! Hold on. Wait a second. This conversation is strange. Indeed, the case has been solved. The murder trap was revealed and the culprit found. The motive was also clear, and the inheritance was resolved. Everything was settled. Yet, the way he talks is as if the incident, solution, and conclusion were preordained. In order to plan those traps, yeah, you had to be fucking clairvoyant. Zol, thank you very much for the 5. Wish you an amazing. Now for some thoughtful, sappy words. Pocket sand, no sap. Bye. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Appreciate it. Now that I think about it, in the meeting, Kishu Inugami said something like that. Did he? Hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. I was like, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? Maybe we save here. You act like you've been piecing it together, but hasn't someone been guiding you? Rei Shimobe, could it be that someone is deceiving you? That someone was not Mizuno. The one who was guiding me, deceiving me. I mean, he didn't really deceive you, per se. He definitely guided you. So, it was actually him, wasn't it? I guess he deceived you in the sense that, like, he kind of knew. I guess he did know the truth behind everything. I guess that would be deception. Let me tell you an old story. This is where I watched my parents die, Rei Shimobe. Oh, we are getting the tragic backstory. It's a story you wanted to hear before. It's about why I quit being a private detective. Sure. I mentioned that I was requested by Kiyomasa at the time, didn't I? Yes. You said the request was about money stolen from the safe at Kukuri Pharmaceuticals. The suspect was one of the 6 executives of the company, right? Well remembered. You're an excellent detective. Then I, as an even more skilled detective, successfully identified the culprit. Was it Kiyomasa, maybe? Was this like a double bluff? Supposedly. Supposedly. The story about the company's money being stolen? It was a lie. Was bro embezzling? Embezzling? I can't say that. A lie? The person I apprehended, let's call him Mr. Y for now. Mr. Y confessed to the theft. However, he insisted that what he stole was not money. He claimed that he only stole some documents. He claimed he had proof of wrongdoing and intended to use it to expose the situation. But no one believed what Mr. Y said, given his appearance as a petty crook. I also did not trust Mr. Y, but believed Kiyomasa. He was strict, but sincere, I mean. His contributions to our country were also significant. Yeah, this is politics, alright. As promised, the thief was dealt with internally within the organization. Mr. Y was made to resign, and that was the end of it. No criminal record was attached. Didn't they tell us somebody, like, had to resign before at the ministry? I don't remember who it was. You have to take the good with the bad. That's what Kiyomasa said. To achieve greatness, you need your ideals, and to accept all kinds of things. As one who aspires to be a just detective, it seems like too naive of an attitude toward evil. But perhaps I was the naive one. You gonna elaborate on that, Pookie? Why does he think he was being naive? And the money being stolen was a lie? A few days after the case was solved, Mr. Y was found dead. According to the ministry investigation, he overdosed on drugs and drove himself to suicide. Just before Mr. Y's death, he was seen in a downtown area wielding a knife. He was reported to have been rampaging and spouting nonsense. And finally, he gouged out his— ooh! Yikes! His own eyes. And died. Committing suicide via drug overdose breaks many doctrines. No doubt he was a heretic. Bruh. I can't tell if he's trying to say that, like, killing yourself is against a doctrine, or just the fact that he did it via drug overdose. Indeed, it seemed a fitting end to he who stole company money. I thought this until— what happened? A series of bizarre deaths followed, involving people having their eyes gouged out. Oh my gosh, Cyclops serial killer 2.0! It was a really sensational case. You probably remember it, right? Well, the ministry suspected a connection with a notorious murderer who did something similar. But I didn't think so. Because most of the victims were somehow associated with Kukuri Pharmaceuticals. And among them were the 5 remaining suspects from the theft case I solved. There was no one left who knew about that incident, besides Kiyomasa and I. Well then, great detective, what do you see from here? Silencing? A silencing, right? That's right. No doubt about it. At the time, doubts and anxieties were beginning to well up inside me. A letter arrived for me. The sender was Mr. Y. Why do I have to keep— okay. It seems that Mr. Y sent me a letter just before he died. At that time, for some reason, I was moving my office location, so delivery was delayed. What did it say? the truth about the theft. At the time, Wyatt claimed that the wrongdoing was true. No, it wasn't just that. Kiyomasa Kukuri was involved in a crime that could have toppled our country. The evidence materials were a secret ledger and manufacturing procedure notes. Those were the actual stolen goods he took. Well, the crooked accounting is one thing, but what about manufacturing procedures? Oh, I forgot to mention, but the drug that led to Mr. Y's suicide. It was a prototype of a certain drug that would spread throughout the country. A certain drug. Virus. Virus? The very same virus that was being developed here? A crime that could end the country. Perhaps Mr. Y was trying to expose... Yeah, the virus shit. The illegal manufacture and distribution of virus. Precisely. As revealed in the meeting, Kiyomasa Kukuri was secretly selling virus to heretics. He amassed a fortune, rivaling the national budget. Yeah, if he has like a zero-gravity lab, probably. It wasn't his chemical manufacturing or tobacco smuggling that got him rich. It was virus. Huh? So Kishiro Inugami knew about this. The fact that Kiyomasa Kukuri was making virus. Mr. Y was trying to tell the public. And he failed. Or rather, I stopped him. I still remember his face when I said he was the culprit. I resent myself for immersing in the thrill of mystery solving, playing detective. I want to strangle myself. Can I click anything else of substance? No? Then why... I'm just wondering if any of this, like... What if I just leave? Okay. I think that was everything, yeah. Now you understand why Kiyomasa didn't report the theft, right? He didn't want the stolen items to be seen. Virus is a matter of national treason. An instant death penalty. Oof, they are brutal out here in the SHUTEN order. Kiyomasa twisted the details and asked me to solve it, all to cover up the truth. Perhaps he wasn't sure who stole it and needed to confirm. He wanted to get back the stolen evidence right away, but couldn't trust the ministry. But killing all 6 suspects? Offing them all at once is too conspicuous and dangerous. If he was going to kill them, it had to be one by one, but there wasn't any time to spare. So, it was better to leave it to a novice detective like me. Do you understand? Someone who seemed likely to identify the culprit quickly, yet not have the influence. Just like how Kishiro Inugami discovered me. I acted exactly according to Kiyomasa's intentions and achieved the expected results. Mr. Y was captured, and the evidence for a trial recovered. Kiyomasa won. Do you remember when I told you that? You act like you've been piecing it together, but hasn't someone been guided you? Could it be that someone is deceiving you? That was directed at myself back then. And you have to take the good with the bad? I was wrong. I was the one who took the bad. Wait, but the evidence reached you, right? How? Wasn't it collected by Kiyomasa? Perhaps Mr. Y hid just a part of it before he died. For example, by swallowing it. Swallowing it? Mr. Y, who foresaw his own death, probably placed his last hope for the truth in me. The guy who convicted him? Crazy work. Ah, why do you make me do this? Is it because you want me to save or something? But I can save mid-conversation. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, see. So, the evidence of Kiyomasa's virus crimes indeed reached you, didn't it? Wouldn't it have been better if you made the accusation based on that evidence? Yes, I tried to. But I couldn't. No, I became unable to. The curse of silencing reached me as well. A group of heretics driven mad by virus attacked my office. Probably agents of Kiyomasa. My office was destroyed, and the evidence stolen. Were you alright? I barely managed to escape. Fleeing is the one thing I'm good at. We do know that. But there was no guarantee that I would remain safe. I am the only survivor who knows about Kiyomasa's crimes. That's why I decided to quit being a detective and hide in darkness. In darkness? What's... Yes. It's as you think. By surrendering to darkness, I also made it clear that I was on Kiyomasa's side. Join the dark side. And I tried to create the impression that I was a fool who wasn't taking the investigation seriously. So he was like 4D chess in this guy. So, just pretending. Of course. While playing the fool, I planned to secretly keep investigating. As I mentioned, I was looking for answers that couldn't be found from the bright side. So it was an act. All that until now was a performance? Do you know the expression, the mummy hunter becomes the mummy? Ooh. Alright, this is probably a non-choice, but we're gonna save anyway. Let's just go for it. Mr. Inugami! As I've said many times, I don't need to be affirmed, no matter the excuse. Anyway, that's how and why I quit being a detective. As a follower of the unlawful, I intend to condemn Kiyomasa from the underground. Are we not gonna accuse him? Ray! I guess Ray just tried and then we move on. Stupid. Eradicating the Kukuri family's drug business. That became my life mission. Okay, yeah, I guess it just straight up don't matter what I pick. Cool, I love that. Have you managed to find clues since then? Again, like, why give me the choice? Why even give me the choice? I don't understand. No. The investigation has been endlessly difficult and treacherous. I have no investigatory power, and certain restrictions meant Kiyomasa must never notice. It was really a hopeless situation. It seems that since then, Kiyomasa has become even more curious, cautious. Everything was cleverly hidden, and even I couldn't catch a hint of it. It was at that time that the founder came to me. These are the same thing, but we already know the story. An invitation to be the Minister of Justice, right? Looking back, that invitation was quite the boon. It would provide me with the authority to openly investigate the world's top authority. Even if I couldn't take direct action, I could research while investigating other cases. I can also access past case records at the Ministry of Justice headquarters for clues. Moreover, the founder knew my true intentions and even approved this behavior. Even now, I am grateful to the founder for this. So, what happened next? I made considerable progress thanks to my position and started to understand things. Things like the Kukuri family secretly growing tobacco as the raw material for virus. So you already knew about the tobacco? Why was it left unchecked? Just catching them for that wouldn't do too much. Tobacco is illegal, but cultivating isn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't secure evidence of it being sold to the heretics. Even if we quickly arrested them, it wouldn't amount to much of a crime. Worse, someone could be framed for the crime, or it could be covered up. Kiyomasa Kukuri was cunning. I suspected he bribed officers from the ministries. A half-hearted investigation would only allow him to escape, and then he would hide it all. It would make it impossible to find the source, and the hidden routes of virus. To prevent that, we needed decisive, irrefutable evidence. Like discovering a hidden Kukuri family virus production facility somewhere. Yeah, you know, in most cases, I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it. Yes, right here. I was looking for this place here. I was determined to find it out no matter what. But there's no way that he actually tried to incite these incidents? Why? Okay, what? And then, finally, the chance presented itself. Holy yap! I was approached by Kiyomasa himself. Was it consolation about the consultation about the inheritance? Was it consolation? No, at first it was just minor things like business advice or complaints about his son. It seems he was assessing me, wondering if I was still looking into the past case. But after a few meetings, he must have assumed I had apathy. He confided in me that he was dying. I was really shocked by the reality that this man will soon die. I was also disappointed that I wouldn't be able to catch him alive. Well, you killed all his kids, so... decent job on the revenge plot. I guess you didn't kill them, but you... you know, got to see them all die horrible deaths. At the very least, I must bring virus to light. I have to expose the Kukuri family. I knew Kiyomasa was worried about his sons, who would inherit his fortune. The family's downfall was sure. They didn't get along, so dividing. Such inheritance would surely fall. He didn't want to pass it on to anyone in the company either. They were all just yes-men. They were all likely happy to betray him after his death. He couldn't trust anyone. Average 9-to-5 corporate work life. And then, I was so surprised. He repeatedly uttered words of regret. Like, why did it end up like this? He talked about adopting 3 sons as a backup, but how he made mistakes in raising them. He micromanaged the entire company. As a result, no one could grow. I have nothing. He sounded like he rejected his way of life. Maybe his illness mentally fatigued him. He no longer had that intimidating presence. He also mentioned that the only person he could trust was Mizuno, his daily caretaker. It was written in his diary as well. It seems like Kiyomasa was truly grateful to Mizuno. I felt like it was too late, however. Kiyomasa came to me for advice. Is it possible for Mizuno to inherit all of my assets? That's when I had an idea. Using this, I came up with a plan to wipe it all out. So, you suggested that, Will? Yes, I did. And Kiyomasa immediately accepted my idea. It seems that he hoped the inheritance might bridge the gap between his sons and Misuno. Ha! Ha! But, as seen from the prisoner's dilemma, it'd take a miracle for such a situation to arise. Can I ask you something? Did you... Oh, I thought we were gonna say, like, did you kill me? But did you want revenge on Kiyomasa? Obviously. Did you know they were going to die? Maybe not like 100%, but probably. I can kind of already infer both of these, but we'll go with the top one. Mr. Inugami, did you know that the three brothers would die? Yeah, I knew it was likely, yeah. Although, that was only after I found out Seiso was dead. From then on, I realized that I would never get conclusive evidence with them alive. In fact, the results were pretty close to what I had predicted. The only thing I didn't expect was your talent in solving the case. It would have been fine if it remained unsolved, since I found this place. So as long as you have the evidence of Virus, you didn't care about anything else? Correct. It's no matter for me who dies, or inherits the estate. That's terrifying. He didn't care if Misuno was framed or even killed? Did you want to take revenge on Kiyomasa? Okay, I guess we are asking both questions. As in, you couldn't forgive him for using you. Revenge. What do we think, chat? Do we think Inugami's vengeful? Nah, probably not. Well, I did hold a grudge against him for crushing my dreams. Okay. That was just me being naive. It's thanks to him I got the chance to get where I am now. But I wouldn't say I'm grateful to him. Simply, there was a mission I had to accomplish. I had to negate the mistakes he had made. Do you think that Kiyomasa intended to kill his sons from the beginning? No, that's not the right way to say it. Do you think he thought it was okay to die if one gave in to one's desires? That's... well, yes. He did set up such elaborate traps. Incorrect. The answer is no. Huh? Why? In the plan that Kiyomasa and I devised, the traps were supposed to maim, not kill. At worst, they would have ended up unconscious or sent to the hospital. As long as they believed that their actions would get them killed, that would be enough. But the traps that were actually set were entirely different. They were all traps devised by the Reaper! Bam, bam, bam. Is that the Grim Reaper? But why? Have you heard of what happened the day before Kiyomasa's death? He had been bedridden, but was suddenly able to walk? Ah, yes. He was seen walking around the mansion, I heard. Kiyomasa changed the traps during that time. Yeah, that's what I figured he was doing, like... He was up and about. Again, I still think just... insane level of omnipotence, but... if we're gonna walk down that bridge... But the disease may have caused more damage than expected. His body had become so weak that he could no longer get up on his own. So, in the end, he even used it on himself as a stimulant. Wow, he really said one last hi before I go out. Virus. What? Virus? So... then, that was the special medicine that Domon mentioned? Without a doubt, it was Virus. What would administering Virus do? In the case of Mr. Y, after the crime, he took his own life. Then, how about Kiyomasa? Did it lead to the murder of his own sons? Virus is a very scary drug. Don't do drugs, kids. Remember your DARE training. Say no. Say no to drugs. An overdose of it transforms us into different people and drives us into a frenzy. I wonder if that's gonna... Because I assume what's happening is we're gathering, like, info from each route, and we're gonna need to, like, put it all together to unlock the secret 6 route where we find out who actually killed us, using maybe info we pulled from each route. So I'm wondering if this route, Virus, is our big plot device. That's why we have to completely eradicate Virus. Is Virus really such a terrifying drug? But why do the heretics want something like that? Maybe it, like, sets you free? You know, it's like the... It takes you out of the Matrix, or whatever the medicine is in the Giver type, like... Starts letting you see color again type. It's said to be a ritualistic item for getting closer to God. You do understand how Virus could end the SHUTEN order, right? I decided to make it my life's work to eradicate Virus. It's also a way to repay the founder for accepting me. Kishiro Inugami, are you really the one who killed me? Maybe so. Maybe not. The more we talk, the less I understand what kind of person you are. If Inugami's the culprit... Let me save. It's been a hot second. To finish the ritual, you have to take your soul back from the culprit. By killing the murder, yeah, we have to make them confess, and then I have to kill him. Am I even capable of killing? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. No knife to grab? Okay. But, finally, my fervent wish has been fulfilled. In the end, I couldn't arrest Kiyomasa. He managed to clearly evade punishment. He lost. He was a horrible man. Inugami, I understand why you planned something like this, and I get your feelings as well. Really? Even though I don't understand my own heart? Please take this seriously. What I'm saying is, whatever the reason, what you did was incitement to murder. T. Even if that wasn't your intention. I don't know, I kind of think it might have been. Is this what they call negligence? Not really caring if someone gets killed and just turning a blind eye? I mean, criminal negligence, yeah. So, I guess the great detective's next job will be to pursue the instigator? No, I have another job that needs urgent attention. Ah, that's right. You're investigating the murder of the founder. I think you need to atone for your sins in some way. Jump! No, I'm kidding. It's not for me to judge, but I know how you can atone, Inugami. Just go up on this very high building, stare off the edge, and don't look behind you. I promise I won't push you. I know. If the founder were still alive, I would have sought to have him punish me. Really? The founder? I was thinking of resigning from my position at the Ministry of Justice when this was over, despite the feeling that he would have forgiven me. Yet, I remained determined to leave it all behind. But since the founder passed away, that became an impossible dream. How can I make up for it? If I were to save the world, would I be forgiven? Maybe? I'm just kidding. But if I had the chance, I would like to give it a try, being some kind of hero. I've always admired that thing called justice. Wow. Well then, that was a long story. Thank you very much, Rei Shimobe, for listening to it all. What did we get? The fact that this is in here has to be important. I guess we didn't get anything. Yeah, okay. I assume the keywords will carry over between runs. But why? Why tell it to me? I mean, if you hadn't, no one would have ever known. I wonder why. Maybe. I just wanted to get it off my chest. So, what are you going to do now? I have nothing to do. So, I was planning to go and die somewhere. Ooh, well, that makes my job easier. But... Huh? I never know how seriously I should interpret what he's saying. Yeah. Fair point, Rei. But meeting you has changed my mind. Meeting me? If there are detectives like you, with such unpredictable futures, then life may be worth living. Are you praising me? From now on, I want to watch closely as you solve cases. I want to support you. How about it? Would you like to hire me as your assistant? I can be paid after cases are resolved. I'm sorry, I don't really trust you much, Inugami. You're also a suspect in my murder. Even in that meeting just now, you pretended to be the culprit. But it was you who suspected me, wasn't it? By my calculations, that was the shortest way of getting to the truth. And it was fun, too. Actually, Inugami, the shortest way to getting to the truth would have been you telling me from the start, because you kinda knew all along. I think that would have been the shortest way. But okay, King, go off. Just own the fact that you were there for the lulz. Like, I would respect that hustle a little bit more. Well, enough joking. Shall we head back now? Everyone's probably waiting for us. Mr. Inugami, you haven't forgotten your promise, have you? That once your request was finished, you would tell me the rest of the founder incident? Yes, I haven't forgotten. I'll tell you when we leave. But only if the area off the island is still safe. Why not just tell me now? We're in like the most secure place we could arguably possibly be, bro. What do you mean? Come on, let's go. If we stay any longer, we'll catch virus. Here's the exit. We're off, and away we go. Aren't we like out of days? I thought we only had like 3 days to do this. Hey, Mizuno. I mean, President Mizuno. Despite being accused at the meeting, you stood your ground with remarkable bravery. Not really, but okay. That is a great skill. You have an important skill set for the company. Please help us. Oh no, the flies are already buzzing about. How shameful. Look, Dr. Shiratori, don't you agree? How pathetic, old hag. Huh? What did you just... More importantly, Mizuno, what do you plan to do with that greenhouse? Burn it to the ground, probably? Also, she moved on from her husband's death real quick. Me? Nothing, really. In that case, oh yeah, that's a great idea. How about you leave the management to me, the totally not shady doctor? I have some knowledge about drugs, so it wouldn't be too bad if... Discussing such a plan in front of the head of the Ministry of Justice? I'm not impressed. By the way, Shiratori, upon returning, you'll be questioned at the Ministry of Justice. The evidence was in the log in the underground laboratory. I still haven't forgotten how you called me a murderer. That's not... As for the greenhouse, the Order will take it over. After all, it would be dangerous if virus falls into the hands of heretics. You're just saying that. You're going to use it for yourself. As if you wouldn't have, bro? Let's pretend I didn't hear any of that. After all, I'm in a good mood today. And all of this is thanks to the discovery of an interesting talent named Rei Shimobe. Wow, I have a feeling something exciting is going to happen, and then a bomb goes off. I just want to confirm one thing. You are really not the culprit in the Kukuru I can't even say it. Kukuri family murder case. The great detective has already provided you with an answer, hasn't he? So, isn't that correct? Young Master Seiso's body has been brought to the mansion. It may be an unlucky boat, but it's the only way to get to the other side. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind. A boat needs rowers. Oh god. Hey, Rei Shimobe, it's your turn. Huh? Me? Someone likes bossing people around. You're just figuring that out? Did you say something? No. Or rather, when we get to the other side, please continue with that topic. Oh, yes, of course. But still, it's wordy, jeez. This is your punishment for not trusting me. We'll do the talk tomorrow instead. Bro, I'm gonna be dead tomorrow. I don't think I last that long. Now's not the time for joking around, you know. Well, I don't really understand, but... Then I'll go ahead and wait on the boat. Oh, that's right. Don't you need to bring your friends on the boat? Ah ha ha. What? I don't know what you're talking about. What? They are here, right? The two suspicious ones. You knew? Let me give you a word of advice. Don't believe what they say. Don't worry, man. I think they've been bullshitting me since, like, the near beginning of the game. Like, they are ultimate level frauds. Well, I'll be waiting, so go and say your goodbyes. The two suspicious ones. He means... the angels, right? Divine, divine, divine. Don't believe what they say and their fake-ass halos. Himeru, Mikotoru. What am I trying to get why am I trying to get myself back? What for? For the Order? For God? Or just for my own sake? What's wrong? I'm starting to lose track. Mr. Shimobe! Ah, Miss Mizuno. The meeting ended without any issue. What can I say? I'm so glad you're alive. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Shimobe. If it weren't for you, I would have probably broken down and confessed to a crime I didn't do. I don't think so. Mizuno, you have such willpower. Even after inheriting a fortune, it wouldn't corrupt you. Thank you so much for everything. For someone like me. You're doing it again. Oh. I still can't get rid of the habit. But I feel like I've become a little more positive. As for the inheritance, I haven't even been able to comprehend it yet. I hope I can use this money to help improve the Shuten order. Even just a little bit. The Shuten order. Huh? Nothing. You're right. To make the order a little better. Yes! One last thing. Can I hold your hand, Mr. Shimobe? Of course! You can hold it as much as you want. Yay! Yuri! Mr. Shimobe, I'll never forget today. And about you. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's not... Well, that just happened. She got full-on sniped. That was a good shot. I don't think it was Inugami. Was it the angels, like, from a vantage point or some shit? Let's see. Who shot? No! This can't be! Mizuno! Mizuno! Was that a gunshot? Whoa! It's the heretics! Race Shimobe! Run! Oh, never mind. We're gonna get gunned down. Run where, bruh? Huh? Why? Why the heretics? Just run. Hurry. You cannot die, right? Cannot die? What do you mean? Could it be a reincarnation thing? Kishiro Inugami. Who is he really? If we survive, let's meet again. Oh god, everyone's dying. Oh no! The characters I don't give a fuck about. Mizuno! Mizuno! Hold on! Listen, man. In 999 cases out of 1,000, you don't come back from a gunshot to the head. I can think of one person who came back from that, and it was very different circumstances. After surviving everything that you've been through, you were supposed to be happy. Ray! Over here! Over here! Oh, now you're gonna step in. Don't bother with that corpse! What a rat, bro. Like, let's get out of here! But... I'm sorry, Mizuno. Yeah, we were on borrowed time anyway. Oh, Ray got shot, but not fatally. My body. I can't walk anymore. Now, I'm going to... What can I do? That's a serious injury. It may not be possible to repair it. Then what can we do? There was still plenty of time until the next dawn. It's unavoidable. We should finish it for her. Oh, they're gonna kill me. Well, I guess she is useless now, so there's no other way. So, I'll see you around! Yes, Ray, you did your best. Although, I guess that wasn't enough. So, where are we going? Himaru. Mikotoru. Help! Fake ass bitches in the house. One last thing. Can I hold your hand? Yes, yes. I'll never forget today. Never forget. Yes, Ray, you did your best. Although, I guess that wasn't enough. Why did I need a flashback of something that happened 5 seconds ago? Never forget. Don't believe what they say. Ooh, what is this melody, though? Never forget. Never forget. For... Yeah, okay, we are gonna need to get all 5 pieces. To be continued. Does Ray remember? Good morning, Ray! Reincarnation went well. What happened? Okay, so we're back to this part. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and save. Alrighty. Alright. Wow, that was a interesting ending. Let's go ahead and move over. All right, and that is gonna bring us to the end of our streams for Shuten Order. I am quite bummed that we did not get any more info on our murder. Like, we just everyone just got shot, we died, and that was it. We didn't actually get any like lore. In terms of just lore, this was my least favorite of the 3 I played so far. Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like we didn't get much in the way of lore. I think the most important thing was definitely like virus, because they kept harping on that. I'm sure that's gonna come back into play at some point. I don't know. This wasn't my favorite. I've heard some people say this is like one of the better routes. I've heard some people say this is one of the worst routes. So I'll have to go through the others and see what I think of it. But I'll at least make my way through it all, and we'll see. Wasn't like the biggest fan of this route. I feel like I made all my points throughout it as to why. Basically, I think the characters were flat for the most part. I think you had to make a lot of leaps in logic. Again, like 1 or 2 I can live with, but there were a lot here. I think the snapping mechanic is a cool idea, but being penalized for investigating is not something you should do in your mystery game. Do not recommend it. It's annoying when Ace Attorney does it with the press mechanic. It is just as annoying here. Don't penalize your players for wanting to engage with the information in the game and see flavor text and whatnot. I just don't think that's a good idea. But again, the best part of this game is the presentation by a country mile. I mean, it looks fantastic. I love the comic book style. The music's great. The character designs pop. The use of color is wonderful. It's very dynamic. Like, all that, amazing. It was just the writing, man. I'm sorry. It did not win me over. But we'll see how the other routes fare before I make a judgment on the overall game as a whole, because I think the idea is interesting of having five different genres, but I am a little concerned that they went with the, like, one of my issues with 100 Line is I feel like they prioritized scope and quantity over making sure every route was really good. I'm worried that this game might have fallen into the same trap, where the idea is really cool of having this many genres and routes, and essentially 5 games in one. But if the execution is not there on the routes themselves, then I think that's gonna drag the thing down, despite a cool idea, you know, if that makes any sense. But, I mean, I've played worse things in my life, and I had fun riffing on it, so hopefully it was at least a somewhat enjoyable watch. And hey, if you guys liked it, if this was your favorite route, more power to ya. I just hope I adequately explained my issues with it and why I did not quite enjoy it as much. But anyway, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. Let's see who our top 3 are. We have Boss Buster at number 3, Ray at number 2, and Zol at number 1. Thank you guys so much. People say Health Route should be saved for last. Okay, I might do that then, if that's the recommendation. I don't really have a system. I just picked the mystery route because this is a mystery game channel, and that's my favorite genre, so we went down that route, but I might save that one for last then. Let's see. No stream tomorrow. I got it. There might be one Monday, but probably not. I gotta figure out my schedule, but big announcement for the channel at least. There'll be a big, exciting stream on Saturday night, so a week from tonight. I hope as many people who can attend will be there. We got a surprise, at least in terms of the channel that I've been working on for a while that I'm quite excited to show. But yeah, Science also has a relatively big lore drop that complements Health's. Okay, I might save those 2 for the end then. I don't remember what genres they were, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, I think that's it from me. As always, I would like to thank everybody very much for coming. I always appreciate it. You guys make it way more fun than it would be otherwise. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a good start to your week. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!